We have another query from Pune, and Pooja is writing to us on WhatsApp. She has a query on the outlook of Interglobe Aviation amid the current disruption that we are seeing, and we will put the spotlight on that as well. But Shaina, quick view on the stock?
Well, it is, the only one that you have and the best one that you have in the space as of now, listed space. So yes, but there is a lot of disruption. I think over the next 3 days we are going to see this disruption continue. So of course, if you want to buy, and it's an expensive stock, so you want to buy, you buy it at lower levels, not at current levels. I would say close to about maybe 5,400, 5,000. That maybe 5,350, those would be better levels to add.
Got it. But viewers, since this has been one of the key talking points on across social media, we have been covering the story as well of the number of disruptions that flights have happened, especially with Indigo. We ought to put some more focus on that. And, we do a profit intelligence segment in India Market Close. We have, brought it in this show for today because Indigo is in a row after multiple flights cancelled across major airports, which were affecting thousands of passengers, left stranded as well as leading to long queues at terminals. But what will be the impact of all of this on the company? Let me bring in Somit to get us a perspective on that. Somit, over to you.
Indigo has been in focus for the last couple of days, and this is largely because of the flight cancellations that have been announced by the company. So we have tried to gauge what could be the actual financial impact on Indigo, given the fact that there has been a lot of hue and cry about these flight cancellations. Firstly, just to give an idea, over 350 flights have been cancelled over the last 2 days, and on an average, Indigo operates nearly 2,200 to 2,300 flights on a daily basis. So as a percentage, flight cancellation is just 7 to 8% of the total flights that Indigo operates. Now, what could be the financial loss? So we are assuming that if a company continues to earn what they earned in the third quarter of FY25, and if the company continues to incur the cost what they did in third quarter of FY25, that is last year, then in third quarter of FY25, the company earned a revenue per unit of 5.44 rupees, and the cost that it incurred per unit cost was close to 4.83 rupees. Now, out of this total cost of 4.83 rupees, fixed cost is 40%, 60% is variable. And whenever a flight is cancelled by an airline, they actually save on the variable cost and they incur just fixed cost. So fixed cost stands at around 1.93 rupees per unit, and the variable cost stands at around 2.9 rupees per unit. So Indigo, if you look at, has on an average around 190 seats, and the average kilometer that an airline aircraft flies is close to 1,000 kilometers. So if you try to gauge the notional revenue loss that the company might incur on cancellation of each flight, that is 5.44 rupees that it earned as a revenue last year, multiplied by 1.9 lakh crore. 1.9 lakh crore is derived by multiplying 190 seats with 1,000 kilometers. Then the notional revenue loss would be around 10.3 lakh rupees for Indigo on cancellation of one flight. But the impact on profitability, in fact, would be much lower, because I explained to you that they only incur fixed cost and not the variable cost. So if you minus the variable cost then from the notional revenue, then the cost that they actually see on the profitability would be just 2.5 rupees on a unit basis. And if you multiply 2.5 to 1.9 lakh, then the actual loss for Indigo on cancellation of one flight would be just 4.8 lakh rupees. Now they have cancelled 350 flights, so 350 into 4.8, the total cost for them so far would be around 17 odd crore, or the total loss for them so far would be around 17 crore. Now, to put this number into perspective, in the third quarter of FY25, the company had a profit of 2,450 odd rupees, and 16.9 crore is the loss that the company will incur because of the 350 flight cancellations so far. So that is just 0.7% of the total profit that the company had earned last year. So obviously, this is not going to have much of a big impact on the financials of Indigo in the third quarter of FY26 as well.
Thanks so much for that, Somit. And viewers, we do try to get you perspective of what you should watch out for in terms of stock prices from a guest, but also the research side as well. So hopefully that piece by Somit, a very detailed one, has helped you. But before I go ahead, let me just take Kush's view very quickly as well, because we did get the fundamental view. Kush, on the charts on Indigo, what do you expect the near-term momentum to be, or is it largely that we should just be concerned on the flights? And so should Anushi, because she is flying out today with an Indigo flight as well. But what would you recommend?
Yeah, well, all the best to her. But no, from a near-term perspective, there is definitely pressure. But medium-term, I remain very constructive on Indigo. I will look for buying opportunities. When this storm kind of settles down, the 200-day moving average is acting up. The stock did slip below it, but is right now trading above that mark. I think this dip from a medium-term perspective could well turn out to be a buying opportunity. As I said, I just want the fall to stem and the stock to start showing any signs of recovery.